We have the universe at our fingertips. Millions of answers, endless courses, Wikipedia pages that never end. But when the lights go out, we still ask the same question: who am I? Our world is smarter than ever, powered by infinite knowledge, yet sometimes I think that very knowledge has left us more lost than found. Look around, in coffee shops, at dinner tables, on late-night screens, Gen Z and Millennials are searching, always searching, for something more. We grew up with Google opening every door. Now every door feels like a hallway with 100 others branching off. One night, a friend of mine lay awake on her bed. Her phone was open to a list of tabs: productivity hacks, meditation playlists, advice on how to start a career, even recipes for the perfect morning routine. She stared at the ceiling and said, "I don't get it, I thought I'd figure something out. Instead I feel more confused." She is not alone. Every day, we dive into the internet looking for answers, and surface with 10 more questions. Each piece of advice breeds another doubt. Every inspiring post is shadowed by that little voice: am I enough? Am I doing enough? We live in a world where any question yields 10,000 experts. A decade ago, a simple question could be solved with one library visit, one conversation. Now we can search it and get 1,000 conflicting answers in seconds. It's exhausting just to sift through the noise. I remember one Sunday morning, sunlight spilling through the blinds, and me on the couch with my phone. 5 minutes of scrolling turned into half an hour reading about the perfect morning routine and productivity hacks. The sun had fully risen, and I felt nothing but pressure. Why wasn't I doing enough? I had thousands of tips on how to be better, but none that told me how to just rest without guilt. All this knowledge can feel like static in the brain. You scroll endlessly, learning about what's trending in tech, the latest diet, the economy. But after a while, every subject starts to blur together. You become a jack of all trades, master of none, except maybe mastering the art of internet scrolling. One evening, I clicked through news links about tragedies on the other side of the world. By midnight, my mind was overflowing with sorrow and fear. I knew more about distant crises than about how to calm myself. Even armed with all that information, I felt helpless and alone. We learn to discover ourselves through the internet. Personality quizzes, Instagram filters, TikTok trends, they all promise a label or an answer. But with every new label, we feel a bit more fragmented. I remember switching my display picture on every new phase of life: skeptic freshman, yoga-obsessed sophomore, hustle culture junior. Hoping my Instagram image would somehow fix my blurry sense of self. Instead, each filter just peeled away another layer until I wondered, who is really me? Small choices became mountains. Which streaming series to start, which protein bar to try, which career path to pursue. The paradox of choice isn't just a theory, it's our daily reality. I once spent half a day comparing phones online, only to buy none. Too many specs, too many deals, and a nagging doubt: maybe there's a better one I haven't seen yet. That nagging doubt grew into decision fatigue, and I just shut the laptop with nothing decided. We post the highlight reel of our lives, and then quietly envy everyone else's highlight reel. Each like becomes a tiny vote of self-worth. We forget that those likes might come more easily to someone with a different background, a different algorithm, or just better lighting. We are more connected than ever, and yet a little more lonely. Our phones buzz with messages and memes, but at night, the silence can feel louder. When the Wi-Fi goes down at 2 a.m., we're left staring at the ceiling, with all those unanswered questions echoing in the dark. And so we burn out. Not just from work or school, but from living online. Our brains are like servers overloaded with tabs, thoughts running on repeat, messages pinging for attention, endless to-do lists blinking. A writer on social media once said, "I have a fear of forgetting, so I think faster and faster." Many of us know that feeling. And at some point, we wonder, how can a mind so full of knowledge ever truly rest? Yes, the internet made us smart. We know facts about physics, history, even how to solve Rubik's cubes in minutes. But it also made us ask questions that no Google answer can ever settle. Why am I here? What do I really want? Am I enough? We read endless blog posts on productivity. We watch people wake up at dawn and run marathons by 6 a.m. We gather every strategy on self-care and success. Yet sometimes we can't find the courage to pick one thing and simply start. We have all the statistics on happiness, but at midnight in our own quiet rooms, it all blurs together. Then we wonder, what does success even mean to me? I've spent countless nights scrolling, searching for answers. And one night, I simply asked myself, what am I really looking for? Not a fact, not a video, not another life hack. Just meaning. And the truth hit me. Maybe meaning isn't something found by a search at all. Maybe it's something we build bit by bit, in the quiet moments between the tabs. We're alive in a world that's smarter than ever. And that's a miracle. But being alive also means questioning, sometimes struggling, sometimes feeling lost. Having a head so full of knowledge can feel heavy. Yet maybe it's also full of possibilities. So if you feel lost in the noise, remember, even 1,000 answers can't define you. You have to write your own story. In the end, maybe the question, who am I, doesn't need a web page of answers. It needs a brave heart willing to feel, to try, to wonder. Maybe the solution isn't finding every answer, but realizing it's okay to simply keep asking the question. It's okay to not have all the answers, even now. Because maybe you're not as lost as the noise makes you feel. You're just in the middle of your own story, learning each chapter as it comes, and that might just be enough.